Hello, I'm delighted to be here once again. This is Evangelist Jess Brimer, and today it's going to be really different, highly educative, and refreshing. It's going to be very refreshing. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, people who watch my radio program, who listen to my radio program on Vision Africa Radio, other people who watch my this channel, the Jessica Brimer channel, and acquaintances that are based outside of the United Kingdom. They have been asking me to please give them adequate, necessary information about the new policy, the new UK government policy on how you can become a teacher in the United Kingdom, how you can apply from outside the United Kingdom, from countries in Africa, to become a teacher in the United Kingdom. And yes, the United Kingdom did make that announcement. It was published on what they call gov.uk, and they explained the fact that the United Kingdom needs teachers for the schools, primary, secondary schools, and I think nursery schools as well. And then they have come up with a system in place how one can apply and how one can get the job in the United Kingdom from outside the United Kingdom. Let me say two very important things before I go on. One of the reasons I decided to give out this information, free of charge, of course, to give it out free of charge, is because I'm appalled at what our people, our own people, blacks, are doing to their fellow blacks just because they know that people are desperate to cross over to come to the United Kingdom to work. They are taking advantage of people. A pastor friend called me the other day and said somebody that was consulting with him, he was telling the person how to go about getting the healthcare assistant job, told him that he came across an agency, and the agency said they will guarantee him the job if he pays them 12,000, I beg your pardon, 12 million in Naira. Of course, that's about 12,000 pounds of at least. It said 12 million in Nigerian Naira if you could pay that, and that's what they are charging people. You know, when they started charging people, they started from 5 million Naira. They got up to 10 million Naira, and suddenly it's 12 million Naira to give somebody a job in the United Kingdom as a care assistant. Literally coming to clean up an elderly person, a disabled person, coming to change people's diapers. That's what somebody is charging you to come and do in the United Kingdom. You see, if you were white doing it to blacks now, we'll all be shouting, oh, it's racism, it's racism. But why are blacks doing this to their fellow blacks? When the healthcare assistant job came up, and it was so easy for people to have an idea of how to go about it. You have somebody tell you, this is how you go about it. Get the care assistant qualification online. Some websites were doing it free. Some were charging just £10 for you to do it. And then you get the certification with your university degree, with whatever polytechnic degree you have. You are more than qualified to get the job. And it was straightforward. Submit your CVs to companies. If they like your CV, they will invite you for an interview. Then you need to prepare for the interview. You need to know what it's all about, what it takes for you to have the job. After preparing for the interview, if they interview you and say you've done well, they employ you. It was running smoothly when the policy started, until the UK companies, who were being overwhelmed. They were overwhelmed by the number of applications they were getting from Africa. In a day, they would get more than 2,000 applications. It was too much for them to handle. And that was when they decided to get agencies involved and say, please, this agency, we will pay you this amount if you can get us this number of staff. Take them through the process, know whether they are qualified for the job, and then employ them, help us employ them. The agencies are being paid by the UK healthcare companies. They are being paid to do the job, so they don't have any right to take any money from anybody. It's unlike if somebody says, okay, I'm going to do consultancy services for you. I'm going to first of all help you write a CV. I'm going to help you know the questions to ask you in the interview. I'm going to package you in a way to make you attractive to employers. For my time, I'm going to also research to know the companies that are employing. For my time, for my knowledge, for the contributions I'm making, you pay me so and so amount. If you think you need the person's services on consultancy basis and you want to pay that amount, you pay. That is different from somebody wanting to take undue advantage by charging you 5 million naira, 12 million naira, 10 million naira, and telling you that it's for COS, certificate of sponsorship. Companies don't charge you for COS. Companies get COS when they register with the United Kingdom government. They register, they are given a license. That license is the COS they will give you. If they employ you, they just give you the number and say, this is our COS number, this is our license number. You need the number when you want to go for your visa. That's it. They give you the job. That you don't need to pay for COS. I had somebody from Nigeria was calling me and telling me, oh, auntie, I'm working hard so that I can get enough money to pay for my COS. I said, no, nobody charges you for COS. It's these dubious agencies that want to skin you alive. They are the ones telling you to pay money and they want to attach a name to it. They say, oh, it's for COS. Nobody pays for COS. It's free. The companies are desperate for staff. And they want you. Once they see you're qualified, some of them even pay for your ticket and for your visa application. Some do that, some don't. So nobody charges you for COS. So these agencies are scamming people big time. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. That's the first thing I wanted to say before I continue with the program. Then I have said that. I put that aside. Second thing I want to say is this. I'm not an immigration expert. I don't give anybody jobs in the United Kingdom. I can't. I cannot decide whether you're qualified or not. I can't. If you want me to guide you through the process, fine, I can do that. Prayerfully, I can do that. But I'm not telling you that, please, after listening to this, start calling me or start emailing or texting me that, oh, help me get the job. I can't. All I do is research, get to know what is needed to help you assess the process. So after doing my research, I'm able to tell you that this is how to go about it. What I even want to do is, in the comment section of this particular program, I want to put a link there for you. So if you watch this video, you go to the comment section, you see I'll put the link. That link is for you to check your eligibility to apply for qualified teacher status in England. What do I mean? For you to get the job as a teacher in the United Kingdom, you need to have the QTS, qualified teacher status. Because this new policy now is for teachers. The UK government, they're in desperate need of teachers. So teachers from outside the United Kingdom, they have been employing teachers from outside the UK, but it's been many from EU countries. Now they're including countries like Nigeria in the process, Ghana, and so on. So you need to know whether you are qualified to teach in the United Kingdom. The way to know is you click on the link I give you, you go to that link, you read through, and then you see where they tell you to apply now for qualified teacher status. What do you need? Your qualifications as a teacher. You must be qualified as a teacher to apply for this status, for them to give you the qualified teacher status. You are applying to the regulatory agency. There's an agency that regulates teaching in the United Kingdom. So you're applying to them. They will now look at your qualifications. Do you have PGD? Do you have a bachelor's in education? Do you have teacher training qualifications? You must have that. You must be experienced. Have you taught before? Are you a teacher? They're going to ask you these questions. Do you have your IELTS? If you don't have IELTS, then you need to ask your university to send you a letter. There's a format of the letter universities send to say that you are highly proficient in English language, spoken and written, because all your courses were taught in English. So that way you don't need to do the IELTS exam. That costs money as well. It will cost you about £120 to use that letter to submit to the organization. They will look at that letter from your university. You need to pay an organization £120. It's a link that you click on. You go there, you submit that letter from your university. Then they will say, yes, your English proficiency is okay. You don't need to take the IELTS exam. So these are information that are easily obtainable. You can just Google, how can I submit a letter for me to prove that I'm proficient in English? How can I submit a letter from my university to... You just Google it to take you to ECCTS. And you will see that, oh, they used to call it NARIC. You will see that, oh yeah, okay, I qualify. They will go through your papers. If you qualify, they say yes, you qualify. Then your English proficiency is done and dusted. So you submit these qualifications. All this link, all these things I'm telling you might not be able to grasp, but once you go on this link I give you, you see everything. It's reader friendly. It's easily explained. You go through it. You see where they say, okay, what is QTS for? Who is this service for? How do you apply? How do you check your eligibility? You go through. Then it says sign in to continue. You click on the green button. It says start. You start, and then you upload your documents. When you upload your documents to them, they will go through your qualification, your teacher training qualification, bachelor's in education, PGD. They will go through everything. And then when they're satisfied, they will give you the QTS, qualified teacher status, meaning that you are now qualified to work in England as a teacher. That's the beginning. Thereafter, the government will publish a list of the schools that have license to employ people from abroad. Once they publish that list of schools, you start. That's where your work starts. You have a proper CV. You need to find out the standard CV you need for you to be able to work in the UK. They have a standard CV. You do your CV to suit that standard, and then you start applying to the schools. Once the schools like your CV, like your qualification, they employ you. Going through the visa process is easy. They help you. They help you go through the visa process. They help you do everything for you to come in because they need you. You don't need these agencies charging you 10 million, 20 million, 12 million for you to work in the UK. It's not worth it, because if you pay that amount of money, it will take you years to recoup it. It will take you many years. Mind you, you're coming to work, you're going to earn about £2,000 in a month, or 2,500 in a month. You pay your house rent, almost half of that for your house rent, and the bills, of course, you have to pay. You have to pay for your transportation. Everything is paid for here. The good thing about it is, as you're working, you're earning your salary, you're taking care of your needs. But if you sell all your properties in Nigeria, you sell everything and give to the agency, the agent, and they take that money, you come in here, you need to get started somewhere. You say, oh, I'll live with friends for a while. You can't live with friends forever. You need the money to be able to settle down financially before you start earning money. Yes, some companies can give you accommodation. They do that. Some give accommodation, some help you. But you really need your own money for you to be able to settle some bills. You don't need to give anybody that money. If you're qualified employee. Nobody charges you money for certificate or sponsorship. I just feel it's important for me to let you have this information. It's good to get the job. It's good to come here and work. It's possible. All things are possible if you believe, if you're prayerful, if you have a good relationship with God. There's nothing God cannot do. But don't allow anybody to scam you. Don't allow anybody to scam you. When they start saying, click on this link, pay this money, do this, be very careful. My brother and sister, be very careful. So I'll just leave it there for now. I'll give you this link to work on it. And those are very close to me that have been asking me to do this. I've done this now. If you still need me to help you, that's fine. I'm here to help. I'm Evangelist Jessica John Brimer. I preach the gospel. I'm concerned about salvation of souls. And also want you to do well. I also want you to live a good life. I also want you to have that job of your dream. And I also want you to, be able to relocate if that is your heart desire. Because the Lord grants the heart desire of the righteous. As you're doing that, have you sorted out your relationship with God? Can God call you his friend? Have you given your heart and soul to the Lord? Are you living a righteous life, or you're living in sin? It's a time for you to really make amends. Go back to the drawing board and have peace with your God. And I pray for you that as you desire these a job, as you desire to relocate, the Lord God will grant your heart desires in Jesus' mighty name. Now, this is the only favor I'm asking of you. Click the subscribe button. Subscribe. And I know you like to share this information with your friends. As you share, tell them to also subscribe to this channel. Let's help me grow. Let's help me grow. Let's grow together. Let this channel have as many subscribers as possible. Thank you so much. Those that have already subscribed, thank you so much. Those that want to subscribe today, I'm so grateful. I'm delighted to meet you. I'm Jessica John Brimer. God bless you richly. Bye.